Hello, hello. I am going to go live and then I'm going to obviously um, end this, but this is specifically talking about Alaska ASD School District. I am going to be going into becoming a school board member. That's what I'm pursuing. So I'm creating these videos to kind of give my caption as far as what I bring to the table, what I want to bring to the table, and kind of what I want to do. That's one thing that I do uh, want. I think these kids need somebody that's actually going to have follow through, that's actually coming in um, and to clarify, to give direction, integrity, perseverance, a path forward. I think is what's really missing. And this is just what I wrote. This will be on my website. It'll be my website is in my post, but it is norm.com, and this blog post will be in there. But I gave obviously a little snippet of what my post is about. So here you go. It's why Alaska needs a new approach to digital learning. Alaska's educational landscape presents unique challenges that are different from those in other 49 states, with a vast rural areas, harsh weather conditions, and limited connectivity. Many students in Alaska face significant barriers to uh, accessing quality education as the digital age continues to reshape how education is delivered globally. Alaska has a unique opportunity to leverage digital learning to overcome these obstacles. Here's why a fresh approach to digital learning is crucial for Alaska's future. Geographic barriers and accessibility challenges. Alaska's geographic diversity, including remote villages and towns scattered across vast areas, means that many students face long commutes or limited schooling options. In winter, severe weather often disrupts in-person schooling, impacting attendance and instructional consistency. In such conditions, digital learning offers a pathway for uninterrupted education. By implementing a robust digital learning system, students in rural or remote locations can access quality instruction, leveling the play field across the state. A prime example is consider a student in Alaska. We have remote villages who would otherwise miss weeks of school due to weather related closures. We'll have a day or two that we'll have a foot of snow. Like you'll go to bed, you'll wake up 6, 8 hours later, and then there's a foot, 2, 3 feet outside, and it's not happening. So uh, they'll miss weeks of school due to that. We have flooding here in our rural communities as well. So having to be on the move to safety is another big crucial point of this. To where if they miss a day, at least they don't miss a beat as far as the e-learning. So a digital learning approach enables them to continue their studies online, ensuring they stay on track even when physicality getting to school is impossible. Alaska, we have a high turnover rate. Our our teachers' 401k and our teachers' Social Security is abysmal at best, and that takes Alaska straight up off the playing field because these teachers are kind of having to give up their lives and their future to pursue a future for these kids. So something like that needs to change, especially in these rural areas where it's expensive to even live there. If you don't know, there's parts of Alaska where it's like $10 to $20 for 1 gallon of milk. Yes, you heard that correctly. $10 to $20 for a gallon of milk. I guarantee I'm still off. It's probably higher. But our teacher turnover is a persistent issue in Alaska, especially in rural communities. Recruiting and retaining educators in remote areas is challenging due to limited resources, isolation, and high living costs. While digital learning can help alleviate this problem by enabling remote teachers modules where educators can provide lessons from anywhere, reducing the reliance on full-time on-site teachers in every location. Additional e-learning platforms can offer training and resources that support teachers, even those in most isolated areas. I think this is a very pivotal point that Alaska needs to get into. There's rural communities that obviously want to integrate into the Western culture, and then there's some that don't. But to be able to give a consistent platform of these people to be able to access, learn, adapt, and see a future for themselves is ideal. But with us having to put a teacher directly inside of a rural community, and what I mean is we have these small little boat planes, and there's some areas of town of Alaska where it takes 3 4 hours to fly a teacher there, and then they stay there while teaching the students every year, and it's not ideal. Nobody wants to leave a city to go to a small village of 100 to 300 people. Not everybody wants to do that, and then the people that live there already aren't teachers themselves. So I think creating an e-learning will reduce turnover and also increase resources rather than keep them limited. And the consistency of having a remote teacher would make this ideal because uh, they then can live their lives while they're being a teacher to where it benefits both sides of the coin. The kids are getting the love of the teacher and the education from the teacher, and then that teacher is able to do what they want to do outside of teaching hours, whether it go to eat with friends, watch movies, or just have a nice cold glass of beer on their time. Obviously, if they're over 21. Um, so a solution that I'm looking at is an e-learning platform like Canvas, which we already use. Could be equipped with training modules for teachers, allowing them to access professional development resources without leaving their communities, meaning Anchorage, Wasilla, Eagle River, cities. Um, you know, this support could improve teacher satisfaction and our retention rates, ultimately benefiting the students. If we can keep the teachers for, you know, 2 years and they get settled in, they're going to be a star player. And where if we care about the teacher, then they're going to care about the student rather than they feel like we don't care about them. So then guess what? They don't care about the student. So we just have to bridge that gap. Bridging the digital divide with innovative solutions. Uh, while some parts of Alaska struggle with limited or unreliable internet connectivity, advancements in satellite internet, IG example is Starlink community Wi-Fi centers can help bridge the digital divide. A well-designed digital learning module should include offline capabilities and downloadable content. So students can access resources even in areas with weak connectivity. With a focus on accessibility, Alaska can create a digital learning infrastructure that reaches every student, no matter how remote. Um, I think this is pivotal. I think we need it. Starlink, I don't know what the school district right now is looking at that as, but our GCI, all we have is GCI and ACS. ACS is not great everywhere. They're still trying to get. Um, we still don't even have like a fully specked out fiber cables, even in Anchorage. And we're the biggest city in the state. Um, Prime example, I can only download 7 megabytes per second in my apartment building if I wanted ACS at $90 a month. Um, right now, I'm paying GCI. It's like with a phone, it's like 130. And I'm able to get download speeds over 100 megabytes a second, which is pivotal because then that means if I need information real quick, if I need to upload a video, if I need to download a video, I can do it. If I had to rely on 7 megabytes, uh, it'd be a long, long time. So, um, you know, digital learning platforms that offer downloadable lessons allow students in low connectivity areas to complete assignments offline. Then that way, when they get back online, they can submit them. This module, coupled with occasional access to internet hotspots or community Wi-Fi, could ensure that connectivity limitations don't hinder educational access. So, having these rural areas, we could have satellites within kind of their local town. Whether it be a library, the town hall, or just whichever building that's able to hold the students at one time. We just get the internet there. Preparing students for a globalized economy. We have boats, we have planes, we have cars. There is no getting away unless we just EMP this entire planet. So, as technology and globalization continues to transform industry, students need digital skills to compete in the modern workforce. You just have to. By integrating digital learning tools, Alaskan prepares students with critical skills from basic digital literacy to advanced coding and STEM subjects. This approach aligns with Alaska's educational system with national and global standards, ensuring students are competitive in both local industries, like in Alaska, or tourism, fishing, and energy, and global job markets. tech, STEM field, um, as well as if they want to be a pilot. We need to make sure these kids are able, once they're 18, that they're comfortable being uncomfortable because they have a path to success. Incorporating digital course on such topics as coding, data analysts, digital marketing, um, provide Alaska students with a skill set that's relevant and valuable in the modern job market, even if they choose to work outside of Alaska. Um, we have to prepare these kids to leave not just our house, but to leave the state if they so be. But that also makes us competitive to where if we start having kids that are able to get these jobs, start these businesses, and be plucked, we don't have to just look at the state being we have the best athletes, but we also have the best scholars. I think that's a prime that we need to start focusing on too. Cultural relevance and localized curriculum. Digital learning system allows Alaska to create a cultural relevant curriculum that celebrates indigenous knowledge and local history. We can implement that inside the Canvas. Courses on Alaska history, native languages, and environmental conservation integrate can be easily integrated, allowing students to connect more deeply with their heritage while learning modern skills. This focus on cultural relevance is especially important for Alaska, where a significant portion of the students come from indigenous communities. That being said, we have a lot of people that don't just live in the cities. I think we have like 700,000. And then within the cities that are modernized, it's maybe between 2 to 400,000. So literally 50% of Alaska is in these indigenous rural communities. Uh, So modules created in collaboration with indigenous educators can reduce students to topics such as Alaska Native languages, traditional ecological knowledge, and cultural history. These digital resources can be shared across the state, giving every student access to a comprehensive and inclusive education. Um, and then, finalize all this. Alaska's unique challenges demand a tailored approach to digital learning that goes beyond traditional models. By investing in a digital learning infrastructure that addresses geographic isolation, supports teachers, bridges the digital divide, and incorporates cultural relevance, Alaska can transform its educational landscape. A well implemented digital learning module won't just close the educational gaps within the state. It will equip Alaska students to compete and thrive on a global scale. Um, yeah, thank you for listening. Hope it was informative. Uh, Please give me comments, uh, hit me with questions, do anything that would make me have to do even more work because I'm here to help the next, I guess, the next humans that are going to take my place.